So, good morning students and welcome to our today's class with the new chapter, that is square and square roots. Okay. So, in the previous session, in the introduction session, I have told you that is what are the properties that is related to squares and as well as square roots. Okay. So, within that we have seen 1 to 30 square numbers also. Okay. Actually, you have to consider for the 1 to 10, 100 means for that 100 digit you have to consider its number as well as its squares. Okay. So, in order to find out its properties. Now see, before of that I have told you the properties regarding to each and every square numbers. Okay. That same thing we have to follow within that exercise, and this exercise is now 6.1. Okay. So just try to remember what are the properties that we have learned. You have to remember that. Okay. One by one we will use that all properties in each of these questions. Okay, clear? Now see, first question is asking like, what are the unit place of the following numbers in its squares? Okay, so it means you have that number 81, 272, 799, like that. These are the numbers that is given to you. Now what they are asking you, you have to find out the unit digit in the square of these numbers. It means first of all you have to find out the square of this number and then you have to find out the unit digit. But it is a time consuming method. If we just find out the square of 81 by 81 into 81, so it is a time consuming method. So I have already given you that shortcuts, that how we can find out by the property that is taking the square of the unit digit only, you will get the unit digit in the square. Okay, so that is if you do the square of unit digit of these numbers, that is 1 square is equal to what is square of 1? It is 1 only. So it means whatever it will be the square of 81, its unit place will be the 1 only. Okay, so it means you can apply the properties also. If a square number ending with the 1, it will have a 1 in the unit place. Okay, but sometimes it will be hold for this 2. No, we don't have any property regarding to 2. That's why we are using one special method for this all, that is just take the square of the unit digit. So unit digit square of a unit is equal to, you will get the unit digit in its square. Okay, unit digit in a square. So that is the simple method that you have to use. What you have to do? Square of the unit digit. Here do the square of a unit digit, you will get the unit digit in its square. Okay, so simply for this number also, what is the unit digit? 2 is the unit digit. So just find out the square of 2. What is the square of 2? It is 4. So what will be the unit digit in its square? It will be 4 only. Like that another number, that is 799. So here also unit digit is 9. So take the square of 9. It will become 9 9s are 81. Okay, so what is the unit digit in that 81? Now this is the 2-digit number. Okay, so you have to find out within that 2-digit number. What you have to do? You have to find out the unit digit of this number. So what is the unit digit of this number? In that unit place is 1. So 1 is the unit digit. You can write down 1 is the unit digit in its square. Now see about this one. We have already know that square of 0 is 0 only. So what will be the unit digit of this number? Means what will be the unit digit of the square of this number? It will be 0 only. Now regarding the same this, what is square of 8? Do the square of 8. It will be 64 and 4 is the unit place of this number. That is, write down the 4 here. Okay. Similarly for the 5, it is a unit digit in this number. So do the square of 5. What is the square of 5? It is a 25. So what will be the unit digit in that 25? It is 5. So write down 5. It means in that way you can find out this unit digit of the thousand of the numbers. Okay, in its squares. So just go through this method, that is just take the square of the unit digits in each of the numbers, you will get the unit place in that particular squares. Okay, clear? See, so in that way you can find out the remaining examples. Now what is the second question they are asking to you? In the second question, see, you have given the question like, these are whatever the number that they have given to you, these are not a perfect square. Okay, they are already saying you these are not a perfect square. But what they are asking to you, now give the reasons why they are not a perfect square. So give us a reason. So just you have to do the reason by using your properties only that I have told you already. Okay. So see here, you have to keep your observation good. In that example, what is the unit place? It is 7. Okay. So we will just find out the unit place. That is unit place in that all is like here it is 7. Here it is 3. Okay. Here here it is odd number of zeros we can say. 0 is there but the odd number of zeros. So in each of the following you can write down separately or combiningly you can write down the property. Okay, but for a particular example we will write down. See here it is a 7. I already given you one formula, that is one property, that square number does not end with what is, that is 2, it is 3, again it is 7 or 8 I think. Okay, like that something is there, just remember the property. So the square number should not end with these digits. Okay, so again most important thing within that, it will be not end to the odd number of zeros. Okay, it should not have a odd number of zeros, that is perfect square never end with, perfect square never end with odd number of zeros. Okay, so you can write down here also or it just write down. Okay, with odd number of zeros, odd number of zeros. Okay, so it means what you have to remember, this square number will never end on the odd number of zeros, and just remember this one, whether it is 7 or 8 or something different. Okay, just once look at the PDF. Now see, if we have a 7, 3 in the unit place, then it will not a square number according to this property. Okay, so apart from this one, we can write down here how many zeros are there in that number. 1, 2, 3. So 3 is the odd number of zeros. 3 is the odd number now. So that's why it is the odd number of zeros. Similarly here at last 1 0 is there. Okay, single 1 0 is there. 1 is also odd. So in both of these things, we have a odd number of zeros. And what is our rule? That is a square number will never end on the odd number of zeros. Okay, so that is the second rule that you can write down with this one. Okay, so just write down. Again next, for the separate one just write down. Okay, and just not writing here, you have to write down. Okay. Now what is the third question they are saying to you? That is, these are the squares of the odd numbers. See here you have given that some numbers are there. Okay, and you have to find out, the question is like, I will read that question. The square of which of the following would be odd numbers? Question is asking, these are the 4 numbers that they have given to you. Within that, what you have to find out? You have to find out the square of the odd numbers. Okay, only you have to find out square of the odd numbers. Now see, the square of which of the following would be odd number? Which of the following would be odd? Now see, we have the one formula, that is the square of odd numbers. Square of odd numbers will be odd only. Will be odd only. Okay, so it means by using this property that we have square of even number is always even and square of odd number is always odd. So by using this property, that is they are asking to you from the following 4 numbers, which of them or square of which of them would be the odd. So obviously if the given number has a unit place odd number, then its square will end on the odd number only. Okay, so see here, 1 is the unit place within that, which is the odd number. Okay, 6 is the even number. Okay, so it is a even number, so we can't take it as a odd number. So that's why I leave that. It means if we find out the square of this number, we will get the even number, because square of even number will be even, but question is related to odd, so we don't have to think about this one. We have to think about only odd numbers. Okay, so here 9 is also odd and the 4 is even. So within that 2 numbers are there which are the odd, that is number 1, 4, 3, 1, and that is third one, that is 7, 7, 7, 9. So these are the 2 numbers only whose unit place are odd, that's why its square will also be an odd number only. Okay, so have you got this all 3 questions? Now see, apart from this one, we will see the next remaining one. If you understood this one, just take the screenshot. Okay, and if you have any doubts about this one, you can ask me later. Okay, so just I am clearing this one if you have done with this. Okay, now see, we will see the second question, third question. Okay, third is already done, so we will deal with the fourth question. Now see, in the question number 4, you have given some patterns, that is already I have included you. Okay, so by looking at that pattern, it is very easy to solve this question, that is question number 4 as well as question number 5. Okay, just observing the pattern, you have to write down the below pattern. Now we will take the question number 6. Okay, so question number 6 is given like, it's a 1 plus 2 plus 2. Okay, then 2 plus 3 plus 6, again 3, 4, 12. Okay, 4, 5. Again here missing is given, one missing number is given. Okay, so you have to find out the one extra number that is which is present here. again here 5 plus dash plus 30 is given. Okay, here 6 plus 7 plus dash, okay, which is equal to again dash, and here you have given like which is equal to 3, 7, 13, 21, 31. Okay, now see here it is upset and here also it is upset. In that way all are the numbers. Okay, 5 like that. Okay, see within that what you have to find out? You have to find out the means they are asking you filling the blanks or filling the missing numbers. Now see within that all are the square numbers. Just put the squares over it so that you will get the sophisticated way. Here also whatever the number will be there we have to do it square. So all are squares. Okay. Now see it is also one type of pattern. Okay, and by observing this pattern you have to find out the missing numbers. Okay, first of all let us understand the patterns, what patterns that you have given. Okay, so what pattern that you have given here, if we see 1, 2 is there. Okay, so if we do the multiplication of these two, 1 that is first number and second number, you will get the third number, that is 1 2s are 2. Okay, 2 3s are 6, again 3 4s are 12. So here missing number is there. What will be the required answer? That is 4 5s are 20. So what will be the missing number here? That is 20, because if we do the product of these two numbers, two terms or two numbers, we will get the third number. Okay, again if you see the pattern, that is this is the successive number of the first one. Okay, that is if we add the 1 within the previous digit, we are getting the second number. That is if we add 1 within 1, we will get 2. So 2 plus 1 3, 3 plus 1 4, 4 plus 1 5. So 5 plus 1 6. So here missing number will be 6 only. Okay, now later again according to this one 5 6 are 13. So what we have did, that is product of this two term, so product of this two term will be here. Okay, so 6 4 7 are, that is 42 and its 12 will be there. Okay, understood? Now what is remain? In that case now it is remain. So how this number is coming? See, in each case 2 plus 1 3, 6 plus 1 7, 12 plus 1 13, 20 plus 1 21, 30 plus 1 31. So 42 plus 1 43. So it will be a 43 square. Okay, it means we are adding the 1 in that digit. Okay, so in that way we are getting this number. Understood? So in that way what you have to do, if number of patterns will be given to you, no problem, you just have to understand what is the sequence that you have given to you. Once you understand what is the sequence or the relation between two terms, then it is very easy to find out the third term. Okay, so have you understood this question? Now see, we will go to the next question, that is question number 7. So I am erasing this one, you just take the screenshot of that one. Okay, question number 4. So see, next question is given, that is question number 7, and within that what you have given, let's observe. In the question number 7 you have given without adding. Okay, you don't have to add the numbers, but still you have to find out the sum. How? So that is also based on our properties only, whatever I have given to you, whatever I have provided to you. You just have to remember it once. Okay. So the question is given like, first of all they are asking you find sum without adding. Okay. So without adding, you have to find out the sum. And the question is like, see, series of odd number is given, like 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7 plus 9. Okay, within the second question you have given 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7 plus 9 11 13 15 17 and it is 19. Like third one you have to do. Okay, so what is they are asking to you? Find the sum without adding. Now see, here also it is very simple. If you remember the property, what was the property that I have told you regarding to this one? If series of odd number is given, see in 3 cases, like in the question number 3rd also, see in your book, the third question is also related to sequence of odd number only. Okay. So here what you have given 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. These are the odd numbers. So if we count these number of odd numbers and if we take the square, then we will get the addition of that number. Right now, this was one property. Within that, just see it. Okay. So that is how many numbers are there? Let's count this number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is equal to 5 numbers are there. So that's why do the square of 5. So what is the square of 5? It's 25. What is the square of 5? 25. So the addition of these all terms will be only 25. So no need to do the addition. Okay, it is very simple. So in that way, if numbers of all numbers is given to you, you can easily find out the addition. Okay, without doing the addition. Easy now? Okay, good. Now see the second case also, you have to find out the addition. So just see once, if you do the addition of this all by taking this one number below of each other, how the time will consume, how much time will be consumed. Lot of time it will take. Okay, so that's why in order to save our time, we have to use that particular properties for each of the numbers. Okay. So here also count how many numbers are there and take the square of this number. So you will get the final answer. So see, just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It is how many numbers? 10 numbers are there. That's why do the square of 10, which is equal to square of 10 is 100. Okay, so in that way final third question is there that you have to solve. It is very easy. So will you able to solve it now? Okay, good, very good. Now similarly to question number 8, you have to write down this number. Whatever the same number question is there, it is same as question number 8. Only you have to do these steps now. That say one answer, final answer is given in the question number 8 and you have to find out the previous steps like this one. Okay, so here what you have given, previous steps are given, you have to find out the final answer. So that is the difference only. Okay, so let's understand how this is. That is express 49 as a sum of how many odd numbers? 7 odd numbers. 7 odd numbers. So it was like that you have to express this number 49 as a sum of how many odd numbers? As a sum of. Sum means this is addition, and how many odd numbers that you want to write down 49? That is you want 7 odd numbers. Like 5 odd numbers we have taken now. In that way you have to take the 7 odd numbers. Similarly second question is given. Express 121 as a sum of 11 odd numbers. It means like here we have taken a 10 odd numbers. In that same way you have to take one extra odd number, like after 19, 21 will be the extra odd number. Okay, that is we can say in that way 11 odd numbers will become. Okay, clear? So you can do the second question. I'll write down first question. Okay. So then finally you have that ninth question that we will see it later. So see how we have to solve this. 49 as a sum of 7 odd numbers. Okay. So 49 as a sum of 7 odd numbers. First 7. Okay, starting from 1 only. See, in each of the case you have started from 1. They have started from the 1 only because in that property it is included. Odd number should always start from the 1 and then do the addition of this all. Okay. That's why we have to follow this property here. That is starting from 1. How many odd numbers? 7 odd numbers you have to write down. Write down 7 odd numbers. That is up to 7 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Up to 13 we have to write down. Okay, 1 plus, 3 plus, 5 plus, 7 plus, 9 plus, 11 plus, 13. Okay. So in that way how many odd numbers are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it is the square of 7, which is equal to, what is the square of 7? It is 49. So see, we got our final answer now, 49. So in that same way, you have to do the second question. Okay, will you able to do it? Good. Now take one screenshot and write down the question number 9. Okay. So see, question number 9 will goes like, I'm just erasing this one, so that our whole exercise will complete, and in the second session we will see the next exercise or some next properties. Okay. So see, question number 9 is there. How many numbers lie in between? Lie in between the squares. Okay. Lie in between the squares, and the numbers are given like 12 and 13. I will erase this one also. Okay. So that space is not there enough. Okay, clear? Now see, you have given that 2 numbers are there, and then the second question is like 25 and 26 is there, and the third question is like 99, okay, and 100 is there. So okay, it was the formula like, see, I have given you in one property. If you have to find out the numbers, that is how many non-square numbers are there. The question is like how many numbers lie in between the squares of the following numbers. It means, see, once I told you that suppose the square of 3 is there, okay, and the square of 2 is there. What is the square of 2? It is 4. Okay. What is the square of 3? It is 9. So how many numbers are there between the squares of these numbers? This is the square of the number, that is 2 and 3. Okay, these are the numbers and these are the squares of these numbers. So now I am asking the question, how many numbers are between them, between the squares of these numbers? How many numbers are there? Like from 4 to 9. 4 to 9, if we count 5, 6, 7, 8, 4 numbers are there. Okay, but think if it is the biggest number like at this one or like as that 99 and 100, will you be able to do these calculations like by counting like this one? No, it is not easy. Okay, so that's why there is also one property that I have given you in that. That is the property will goes like. So for the simple number it is easy to do like that method, but if the numbers is so large, if it is biggest number, then at that time you have to use the property. Like suppose first number is n, okay, and another is 1 more than this n. It means 1 more than this n, that is n plus 1 we can consider. Okay, and then if you have to find out the non-square numbers between the squares numbers, okay, then how it will be? You have the formula that is use 2n. What's the formula? That is 2n. Simply by writing 2 into n, you can find out how many squares, how many numbers are there between these square numbers. Okay. So 2n, it means 2 into what is the n? First of all, you have to write down this. The first term is as a n, second term as a n plus 1. First term as a n, second term as a n plus 1. Okay. First term as a n, second as a n plus 1. Okay. Once you sort out these all questions, it is very easy to write down the final answer. So what is the formula for this all? 2n. Okay, so 2n it means 2 into n is your first number, that is 12. So 12 to the 24. So if we count now, just for your sake of convenience, you can count by taking the square of 12, by taking the square of 13, and then again find out how many numbers are there between the squares of this number. You will obviously get the answer 24. But see, 24 numbers we have to count. So is it a joke to count these all numbers by doing the calculation? No. Okay, that's why this is a simple formula that you can follow for the any numbers. Okay. So just write 2n, which is equal to into n is first number, do the multiplication, you will get the final answer. Okay. Similarly, here we have to use the 2n formula, that is 2n is equal to how much? Which is equal to 2 into your first number is 25. So it is 25, which is equal to 25 to the it is 50. Okay, so between these two numbers, between the squares of these two numbers, there are 50 numbers. Okay, lies in between that numbers. Again, first is n, second is n plus 1. Formula is 2n. Okay, which is equal to 2 into what is your n? It is a 99. Okay, so 9 to the 18, carry 1, 9 to the 18 plus 1, 19. Okay, so in that way, in the squares of 99 and 100, there are 198 numbers. See, will you able to calculate these all numbers by doing the calculations? No, that's why they have provided us a simple property like between this n and n plus 1, there are how many? 2n numbers. Okay, non-square numbers we can see. So see, in that way I think we have completed our exercise 6.1. Okay, all questions I have taken here. What you have to do? You have to solve the remaining question as well as this question also. While I am teaching you, write down this one and note it down in your mind also, so that you will get the answers of all the questions related. If I change the value of the questions also in the exam or in the practice session also. Okay. So clear with this one? If by doing this one all things, if you have any doubts, you can easily contact me on the WhatsApp. Okay, and just write down and solve this all exercise. It is your today's homework. Tomorrow in the next session we will see the next part. Okay, that is Pythagorean triplet. Okay, so thank you. Have a nice day.